Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are doing another Bibliomancy reading. If you are new to this channel or you are unfamiliar with Bibliomancy, Bibliomancy is the use of books or other written materials, selecting a random passage and divining a meaning from it. And as always, all of the books or decks that are used in my readings are linked in the description box. So if you want to check out any of the materials we use today, you can go down there and see that. Today we are using Rue Magazine, the Winter 2023 edition. We are on page 90 and 91. Either of those numbers might be significant to you. Also, the month of September may be significant. You may also be experiencing the end of a major cycle, like the end of a job, the end of a residency somewhere, moving house. You might have had certain hobbies recently or in the past that you are letting go of, and you may currently be selling your supplies or donating them or just closing that chapter. This also may have to do with a friend group or relationships in your life. I'm not feeling anything really major, but it could be friends or extended family members that you are letting go of. In order to achieve a dimensional and layered space throughout, I used a lot of different textures and materials when it came to my selections, the designer explains. I also added hints here and there of contrast in an extremely subtle way. I always say an entrance requires 3 things: a drop zone, a mirror, and a seat, and some storage if you're lucky, Jamie says. She managed to check every item off the list thanks to the custom wall-mounted console, the fluted detailing mirrors, the millwork in the office. My clients love to travel and enjoy staying at relaxing hotels, so I really wanted to give their bedroom a hotel-like feel, Jamie shares. I did a wall-to-wall channeled headboard to give it a very luxurious feel. This is the only room in the house with window treatments, giving the homeowners the options to black out the room if desired. The chases are set in front of the window to provide them with a perfect reading spot before bed, kind of like that lounge area you would find in a hotel room, Jamie pictured here explains. It's one of my favorite spots in the house. So there are some pretty obvious and literal things that are standing out to me. You may be traveling right now, or you may be traveling in the near future or planning travels. You may be looking at hotels and trying to make a decision. If you are, I would go with whatever feels the most comfortable to you, not necessarily the most cost-effective if that's something that you can afford to ignore. I'm also seeing some of you, if you're not traveling, you are just incorporating a lot more intention in your home design and the space that you live in. You may be daydreaming about moving your furniture around, or you may be actively changing the way that your house looks. Maybe you're decluttering, maybe you are painting your walls. Something is changing where it used to be just somewhere you lived, and you are wanting or working on creating a much more intentional space. I did a reading recently that talked about changing the physical place you were in and how it was affecting you in ways you weren't aware of. You may be coming from that reading, or you may have listened to that reading and have found that it resonated. That would be extra confirmation, if so. And it sounds like you're now in the process of making that change. The other thing I am getting from this is that you are needing to or working on cutting out distractions from your life. Again, the most obvious example of this from this reading is your physical space, just letting go of clutter or overpacked designs anything that feels like a blockage or it's cumbersome to get around or deal with. But I'm also getting that this is true in other areas of your life. You may be letting go of distracting relationships, distracting hobbies, responsibilities, anything that is taking up time and energy that really doesn't serve the goal that you have in mind. I am feeling that you are trying to achieve something and you are asking yourself the question, what am I doing every day to make that happen? And you are finding that you spend a lot of your time doing other things and showing up for other people, but not necessarily for yourself or for this goal of yours. And you are really getting a handle on this and paring down all of the clutter and distraction, both physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and really getting clear on what it is you are spending your day doing each and every day. I am feeling that sometimes you need to just block everyone out and work on creating this lifestyle or business or whatever it is you're working on achieving. And I'm feeling like this may not be something you have done traditionally. You may have been the go-to person for everyone else's emotions, everyone else's problems. If someone wanted a wingman going out or something, they would call you. I am just getting that you were constantly present for everyone else. It was like you were on call and you fit your life into the cracks in between. And the reality is that you deserve to take up your own time. You do not need to give your time to other people. They have their time for that. And, I recently listened to a reading by, I think, Celtic Fairy Tarot, and she was talking about a similar situation, but it was like other people don't ask you for your help. You just give it to them if you see that they need it. And I don't feel like this is even the case for you necessarily, although I think you may also do that. I think people actually come to you and ask you specifically for help. And you have always said yes, even when it was really far out of your way and difficult and it just took up way too much of your time and energy, and you knew that it would be like a 3-day ordeal or something like that. You still showed up for them, and what I'm getting is that needs to stop for you if you want to make this goal of yours come to life. And it's not that you shouldn't have friends or you shouldn't spend time with anyone or you shouldn't do anything for anyone else. It's just that you have been using that almost as an escape mechanism, an escapism from your own wants and needs. It's almost like, I feel like I'm getting two ideas in my head right now, that one, you use it to avoid your own wants and needs because you feel that you don't deserve them or that other people deserve something more from you than you deserve from them or something like that. And the other is that you feel you aren't a good enough person to have the success that you know is inevitable if you start working on these goals. And I think that you have been avoiding putting yourself fully into this project or attaining this goal of yours because of that feeling that you're having. And I want you to know, and I feel like this reading is trying to tell you that, first of all, you absolutely do deserve to have this success. If you want it, it's yours. If you want it, you deserve to have it. But I know that that's not easy to believe, especially when you've been conditioned to not believe that, to believe that you don't deserve it, to believe that you're not good enough. I totally get that. And so what I want to say is there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people out there that you probably have seen succeeding in the way that you would like to succeed. And you look at them and you say, wow, what's so special about them? And honestly, nothing. Nothing is that special. And it's not that their work doesn't matter. It absolutely does. But that's the point. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be different than what you are to be valuable and to matter and to deserve success. All you have to do is exist, and you already do that. So, this is going to be a tough issue, I think, for you. And you might have a lot of self-doubt and insecurities around this, and it might fight you like every step of the way. But I think that if you push forward and you continue on this goal and this journey, and you really do clear out that clutter, clear out the unnecessary distractions and responsibilities, that you will find success, and it will come in much more quickly than you are expecting. You may be projecting 6 months, a year, a couple of years, and I think it's going to happen within a few months, maybe. This is a very specific message that's coming through right now for those of you who are trying to conceive a child. You may have been spending a lot of time stressing yourself out over other people, other problems, work-related issues, your social group. Maybe you're part of some community like a church or a coven or some kind of social group, and you're so fixated and focused on these issues that are going on there and making sure everyone feels comfortable and good there. At the same time, you've been trying to conceive, and I'm getting that your body doesn't feel safe right now because you are not putting any attention on your body, on your life, on your goals. You just want this, and you haven't done anything to make space for it. And I'm getting that the moment you really settle, and I'm getting the image of a jar of water with that shimmery sand in it, that it was all shaken up, and that's what your life has been like. And the minute you put the jar down and let it settle, you'll be able to see the issues that are going on with your body better, and or your body will feel like you can actually hear it enough to pay attention to its needs. And you are going to become more receptive to conception. That was a very specific message. If you are not trying to have a baby, that is definitely not for you. That is for someone who is really trying, has been wanting it for a while, and has been having a lot of frustration and difficulties around it. That message was for that person, not for someone who hasn't really thought about it at all or doesn't want it at all. So take that if it resonates. But I am getting that what you're focusing on, or what you need to be focusing on, is creating that space for this goal of yours, for this project and venture, and allowing yourself the emotional time to really sit and be with yourself and say, okay, I'm here. What do we want to do? That is all I am getting for you for this reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what's going on in your life. If you liked this video, please give it a like. That really helps me a lot. And also, if you aren't subscribed already, please hit subscribe and turn the notifications to all notifications so that you get updated every time I upload a new video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and until next time, Bye.